I was going to do a Christmas Eve thrift with me, but I got all the way into town before I realized that I had left my phone sitting on the couch. So, no video, and worse than that, I had family members who needed to make holiday plans with me. So, we'll settle for a December 28th thrift with me video instead. Hi, I'm Michelle with Michelle's Romantic Tangle, and thank you so much for joining me. I am looking forward to hopefully sometime soon when all of this Christmas stuff is out of the thrift stores and we can go back to the regular fun vintage. Like this little piece with the sparkly crystal dangles. I don't know if that is a vase or quite what you're supposed to do with it. It is super pretty, and I did not even look at the price because I don't have a place in my life for a super pretty pink vase with dangly stuff. Vintage piggy bank. I look through the bric-a-brac for stuff that is old, and a whole shelf of blue glass. I just finished the new Sarah Winston Garage Sale Mystery by Sherry Harris, and it's got a subplot involving cobalt blue glass. So finally, I know what it is and why I'm looking for it. Really pretty decorator plates. I do not have room in my life for a collection of these. I am going to keep repeating that over and over, and I am going to keep falling in love with them every time I see them. I don't even look at the prices at the thrift store. I suspect they're enough to turn me off from them. I love this one with the clock. And you see how it has like hinges and drawer pulls in the border? I don't understand that. The second one is some kind of a coffee pot, and I was really anxious to see what the third and fourth ones were. And I was being so careful in watching the video of this. I should have put the camera down to unhook those. It turned out that plates number 3 and number 4 were identical coffee pots, so that was enough to remove any temptation. I like that clock, though. I'm gonna find an estate sale and I'm gonna bring a bunch of these home and figure out a thing to do with them, I guess. And I did rubber band those all back together just exactly the way I found them. I just put down the camera while I was doing it. A serving bowl with a biblical verse about self-control. I don't know who the target audience of that one is. We used to have a set of plates very similar to these. I think they were that same floral pattern that my grandma had given us. And here is an egg extractor. It automatically peels your hard-boiled eggs. I went home and found a commercial for it to see how this thing works and a review that says that it doesn't work. Don't know if that little ride-on toy was a donkey. It definitely wasn't a horse, and sometimes guessing is half the fun. Ever since I passed up those old beat-up tickets at the estate sale, now I am drawn to them every time I see them. The craft section has not had much in it. Lots of ribbon, which you could probably do something with, but I'm guessing at the price they wanted you couldn't. And look at these 3 massive bags of little thin bracelets. I don't know where are those going to go and who is going to do what with them. I hope the price is low so the person with an idea can buy them and do what they want to do with them. This scrapbooking paper was really pretty. It was a Halloween labels, and then the other side was another Halloween print. But $5 for a stack of scrapbook paper that you can't see, not for me. Maybe someone else will love it. And I don't do rubber stamping, but boy, that could be a fun background of a journal page if you stamped it in a pale ink. Or maybe not. I don't know what I'm talking about. I like this little chair, and I wonder if it maybe came from the same house as that donkey ride-on toy. This is my mystery of the day. The Creature from the Black Lagoon VHS tape. These were in a locked cabinet. That one was $6.99, and the Jaws 2 and Jaws 3 were $9.99, and they're VHS tapes. Not factory sealed VHS tapes, which still would make no sense. I kind of love this couch. It was one of the things that I made me really regret not having my camera on Christmas Eve. And I am so glad that it was still there when I came back, because I love the combination of the fabrics and I love the shape of it. And I love that it's got the feet and this wicker accent on the front. I could make that work in my house. My husband probably wouldn't agree with me that it could work in our house, but I like it. We've been looking at couches on Craigslist half seriously, and he keeps commenting that so many of them look like something from a grandma's estate sale, so I've taken that as a mission to find the ones that really look like they come from Great Aunt Betsy's estate sale. And I think this flowered one here most definitely fits the bill. I would bet that that was in a living room and never got sat on and is in the best condition of any couch in the thrift stores. It's a 76 drinking glass from my non-existent bicentennial collection. And I am more and more drawn to Norman Rockwell lately. Just all the details and the story that these things tell. Amy from Amityville posted a picture over on Facebook of a magazine cover that had a couple at a Ouija board by Norman Rockwell, and boy, if I ever find that on something, it is coming home with me. You can't walk by the picture frame without tipping it to see what's in it. That was a pretty seaside scene, and I think it was an original, but for $50, I hope it finds a home. The gorgeous blue FAP sewing machine is the other thing I saw on Christmas Eve that made me wish I'd had the camera. And I don't know why on that one, because we all know what the pretty sewing machines look like. But I can't not check them out, because that's part of the fun of thrifting. And once in a while, I find the really inexpensive one that has to come home with me. They had 4 copies of this same issue of Papercraft Essentials, which kind of makes you wonder how that happened. And really makes me wish that they had been cross-stitch magazines instead. It takes some digging, and usually there's not some cross-stitch magnets, some, I can't tell what that is, designer borders, waste canvas, because ugly waste canvas is just one of those things the thrift stores are full of. I should have looked in the binder to see what the sports quilt was, but being one-handed is... There's a cross-stitch welcome sign, which I did not center in the camera. It was pretty. It's not something that... I think I probably got lots of Home Sweet Home type stuff in my magazine stash already. Yes, I'm digging through that stack a second time. No, I don't know why. Probably to get a better look at that quilt pattern, which... The pattern was very affordable, but by the time you invested everything else you would need to make it, the fact that you got the pattern for 49 cents doesn't matter anymore. Nope, 69 cents. The one time my camera actually catches the price tag, it catches me in a mistake. There's a kit for a latch hook duck decoy that looked intact. I probably would have been tempted by that because it was super cheap, but I bought my daughter a latch hook kit when she was little, and I could not for the life of me figure out how to do it. Even though I did latch hook when I was that age as an adult, nope, I can't do it. More stuff to flip through. The craft section at most of these stores is always full of a lot of stuff you don't want to wade through, and then there at the very bottom is one of those vintage Jiffy Stitchery Crewel kits that I love to collect. 99 cents, and green was the half off price tag of the day, so yes, that absolutely did come home with me. I don't know when I'm going to stitch all these old Crewel kits, but I own them, and they're there for the day that I feel like stitching some more of them. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Michelle from Michelle's Romantic Tangle, and I'll be back with you again soon.